those back to back pretty normal, or?
At this time of the year, kind of, I guess we're like shifting to like a different season now. So it's like,
Okay.
yeah, it'll be kind of weird for a couple weeks.
Okay. Yeah, it's like actively hot today. I'm like sweating.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we're kind of, that's how today almost is. It's almost there.
I'm a big like fall person, so I'm a little bummed
Yeah.
about this situation. But
100%. Yeah.
I don't know. Uh We're back. Welcome. Come one, come all to the Infinite Scale podcast. I'm your host, William Chandler, and as always, joining me, co-hosting in the big man's chair, the big chair, Chris Crossley. What's going on, man?
What's up? Hello.
Give a shout out to your fans.
Shout out to the fans.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Make it sleazy.
What you been up to, man? What's going on? It's been 3 weeks. Which is a little while. And I think the last time I saw you, it was in person, right?
Yeah, actually, I guess. Yeah, true. That was a good time.
That was a good time.
You know what? I've been meaning to talk to you too about this.
Please go on.
One, how did you like the burger?
It was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually. I was surprised. I was like,
you know what?
One.
I put that one away.
This isn't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it.
Destroyed that.
I did it dirty for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was like ravenous by that point. Like, I was very hungry. So
yeah.
Thank you, Crossley. It was very nice. He bought me a burger at the showing of John Wick 4 that we went to.
Yeah. So that was my next thing. How'd you like the movie?
It was really good. I stick by my rating that I gave it as we left. I think even with some time away, I still feel the same about it. I really like it. I would probably put it as my second favorite, behind 2. 2 is my favorite. I know you have a different rating. So we can tackle this if you want. But I guess I would go 2, 4, 1, 3 at this point.
Yeah, I think it's 4, 3, 1, 2 for me.
Okay.
But we don't have to get into all that. More so just like this movie itself, like really like Donnie Yen.
Yeah, Donnie Yen's great.
Pretty much love everything once they get to London until the stairs. And I'm like, well, this fucking sucks because it's like right after the dopest action sequence in the whole movie with the shotgun. And it's like, okay, him going up the stairs is like, this is pretty whatever. But then the payoff for that is him falling down the stairs. So it's like, all right, well,
yeah,
I'll take it, I guess.
It's, the stairs are a good comedic punchline, but it goes on way too long.
Way too long.
But otherwise it's dope. I mean, it's a good idea. They were filling time, I guess. I don't know. I mean, but yeah, the Dragon's Breath shotgun is certainly a highlight of the entire franchise for me, especially the top-down camera stuff. It's a great movie. It's a great movie, great good franchise. Great company. Glad I got to see it with you. That was. We were literally just sitting down. I happened to be in Portland, and Crossley just goes, "You want to go see John Wick?" And I'm like, "Yeah, all right." I hadn't seen it yet. You'd already seen it, so was it as good a second time?
Yeah, it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I love rewatching stuff, so yeah.
It depends on the movie, but I agree. Like those, I feel like those movies are good for rewatch because there's so much happening that it helps to like it kind of compresses it for you a little bit. You can focus on different things each time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sick. You been playing anything?
Um, Vampire Survivors had another update.
Okay.
Been doing a lot of that again. Yep.
Still have managed to dodge that one. Anything? Are they like changing gameplay stuff? Or are they just adding characters?
Just adding more. Adding more. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been doing that. A buddy of mine recently started playing Borderlands 3, so I've been doing that with them. That's a pretty whatever time.
It's like a punishment.
Yeah, that's been kind of whatever. I've just been doing that. Mostly Magic, I guess, and I've been watching things. Have you done your homework for like Succession and Mandalorian?
I did. Yes, Succession. I'm up to date, I guess, except for whatever is tonight. We're recording this on a Sunday, so in about 2 hours there will be more. But yes, I am caught up on that. I think
I'm really happy with what they did so far. Now I'm like, all right, y'all are doing it. Cool.
I think so. The last time we did one of these was before the big change, right?
Yeah, correct. And I didn't think they were going to do it. I didn't think they had the balls, but they did it. They did it the exact way I wanted them to, too.
Yeah.
Where it just kind of happens, and then you have to see how everyone has to deal with it.
Yeah.
You don't like see it happen. It's not a big dramatic. Well, it is dramatic because for obvious reasons, but
yeah. I mean, I guess Succession spoilers for those who don't want to know anything.
Right.
We should probably turn this bit down, but I think so. The death of Logan Roy in such an unceremonious way is probably one of the better decisions they could have made. It definitely keeps me interested in what's happening, although I am still overall a little bit tired of how the show handles plot points. Like, I don't know. It's funny. It's like, and I mean, this is telling into the character of the individuals in question, but like everybody immediately just goes back to normal in the next episode. Like overall, everybody's just kind of like, all right, back to what we were doing, which is fine. I mean, everybody's obsessed with they're narcissists. I mean, they're all doing their own thing, but it's pretty funny. Actually, if anybody seems maybe a little bit considerate, it's Kendall. And I like the direction he's taking.
Yeah, I kind of do too. I'm interested to see if he ends up going too far with it again. You know what I mean? Like how the most recent episode ended, and he's going behind Homeboy's back to push that other narrative, and it's just like, okay, maybe that's fine. Maybe he's going to take it too far.
I think. I'll say that I do think he is going to take it too far, but that will be his character development. Like he's going to take it far in the successful way. I think it's finally time for him. Like he's going to alienate everyone in his family, but he's going to be successful doing it. Basically following in dad's footsteps. He'll become new business daddy. That is my prediction. It could be totally off. Maybe he'll completely crumple like always, but I think character development wise, it would be more interesting for him to succeed this time. But
we'll see what happens.
I'm interested. I'll keep going. They pulled me back in, that's for sure. Just when I was feeling out, they got me. Mandalorian, kind of the opposite. Let me think. I watched 2 episodes, so I'm probably 2 or 3 behind. I watched the filler episode. I love that they're doing just animated show style filler episodes now. And when I say love, I mean hate, because I feel like the Mandalorian season 1 was pretty. I mean, I don't know. Mandalorian season 1 was all vibes. It was all filler episodes, but you were okay with it because it was just world building. You were like figuring out what the deal was. Now there's an actual plot, and so when they take a huge break from the plot, you're like, dude, what the fuck is going on? So I watched. Have you finished it? Did you finish the season?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't. I don't know anything. So, but
Yeah.
I watched the episode where they rescue the kid from the dragon thing, which I was like,
Yeah.
this is just, what are we doing? I mean, it was
Yeah.
fine. Like there are moments in even episodes I don't like where I'm like, damn, the quality of the effects now in TV, even low budget TV like this, is still peak. Like it's impressive how good the show looks at moments.
Yeah.
Um, so hats off to them for that. I guess I was like, yeah, that dragon looks pretty good. All the ships look pretty good. They have an effects budget and they're using it. Um, uh, God, I'm so sick of the Mandalorians. The rest of them, they're all so annoying. Is it just me, or was this show written with, remember when we were like younger and there would be like random kids who are obsessed with Mandalorians?
Yeah.
Is it just me, or is the show just written expressly by and for those people? Like I get it, Mandalorians are cool or were cool, but now they're so everywhere. It is like, what is going
Yeah. No, I agree. The show like makes them less cool by putting them in the spotlight so much, for sure. It's just like, oh yeah, these are just people that wear this stuff all the time. Other than that, they're just people in the Star Wars universe that like live together, like
Yeah,
that wear
I mean,
this shit all the time.
it's just, and like they're so corny. Like I don't know. I mean, I think they were always a little bit that way. That was sort of what made some of the expanded universe books and stuff fun. Like I remember reading like the original version of what J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy like pillaged from the books that were in the same timeline as the new trilogy of movies. Back when I read those, there's a substantial portion of them about Boba Fett because he does survive even in those.
Right.
Um, and that stuff is like him going back to kind of the Mandalorian planet at that moment and chilling out with them and kind of becoming, more in line with the goals of the rest of the Mandalorian people. So it is similar, but they were more, I don't know. They were written more subtly. Like it was like they didn't really want to be around people just because they were kind of weird and obsessed with fighting each other and
Yeah.
fighting other people. And like I don't know, but in this, they're just kind of corny, like military hobos.
You know, unrelated, but also kind of related.
Uh-huh.
I recently, I don't know even how I started doing this, but I recently went down this like crazy rabbit hole of like Star Wars lore
Yep.
for like YouTube videos. I would like put them on while I'd be doing like other stuff.
Yep.
And I've watched like this 8-hour one all about Revan. And it's like all about Revan lore pre KOTOR, goes through the events of like KOTOR as they're kind of canonically considered now based off of
Yeah.
expanded lore.
Yeah.
And then everything that happens to Revan after KOTOR, which I didn't know the Old Republic basically did a whole fucking chunk of game
They did,
about
and
like that Sith Emperor and stuff.
Yep.
And I was like, oh shit.
there's like a number of things about the Old Republic that are story relevant to Star Wars, especially if you like Knights of the Old Republic,
Yeah.
that I never played because I can't stand that game, but kind of
Yeah.
can. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. I've never tried it.
I mean, it's World of Warcraft, but with a Star Wars skin. So it's fun for like a while, but then you're like, why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah.
I always play by myself. So I mean, maybe we could load in and see, I don't know, see how it goes, run it like a co-op dungeon. I mean, it's like playing a Diablo. There's dungeons, there's like an open world, there's whatever, but it's you have to sit through a lot of story, which if you like that stuff is good, but it's not like KOTOR where the story is like always worth it. It's like a coin toss. It's like, okay, is 50-50, is this worth it? Oh, wow, I did the bounty hunter campaign. That was a huge mistake. It was a massive waste of time. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
Right.
fuck. And then, but apparently all the expansion stuff, the Revan stuff, I think there
Yeah.
was some stuff with like Exar Kun as well, which was like an ancient, I don't know if you know Exar Kun, ancient Sith Lord that's like relevant to I believe Exar Kun was, dude, I'm about to, like, people who know Star Wars are going to get mad at me. Uh, if my memory serves from all the books I read, Exar Kun was one of the masters of Darth Bane. Darth Bane was also an ancient Sith Lord, who was actually the
Darth
founding.
Bane started the rule of two, right?
Correct. Yeah, correct.
Okay.
I believe he utilized either Exar Kun was like so ancient but somehow still alive, or there were like holocrons left behind by him that taught Darth Bane
Yeah.
about ancient Sith concepts. Anyway, there's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But there's like
this is the type of stuff I was
in
watching videos on, so it's all good. Like,
yeah, no, all that stuff is super cool.
it is really cool.
And I hate that I don't remember a lot of it because I kind of fell out of love with Star Wars after the new trilogy and all that stuff. But it's I like Revan. I'm replaying KOTOR 1 right now, actually.
Oh, cool.
On the Switch. The Switch version is pretty good.
I tried to, because I've never played 2. And since the video I watched about Revan kind of barely tapped into 2 at all, it only kind of talked about Kreia briefly.
Yeah.
That's her name, right? Kreia?
Yep, Kreia.
I tried to play 2 the other day, and it just like freezes up after every combat. It's like broken, basically. There's nothing
on the Switch or
no, on PC.
Oh, yeah.
I've tried to look for workarounds and stuff, and yeah.
That PC version, I don't know if they did an update to that one. KOTOR 1 got updated at some point, but I don't know about 2. 2 was less popular, but a lot of people think it's a better game, writing-wise, more nuanced anyway. What did
like picked up by Obsidian or something?
It was, developed by Obsidian from the ground up. It's just it's the same engine, obviously, as KOTOR 1, but it's all Obsidian. The fucked up thing about it is they gave Obsidian like a hilariously short amount of time to make it. It was like 18 months or something.
Jesus Christ.
To do that whole thing. And of course they didn't make it on time. So they like cut a huge amount of content. Even then, it's still a crazy good video game. And writing wise, it's a lot more interesting. I don't know. Did that video spoil some of the stuff for you in KOTOR 2 or not really?
Only Kreia dialogue related to Revan, which is cool stuff. So yes, I guess, but I mean, nothing really. Like I know a little bit about, like, because similar to KOTOR 1, the main protag for KOTOR 2 is a canonical Star Wars character.
Yeah, the
that
Outcast,
is relevant. Yeah. Huh?
What do they call him? The Outcast? Or
her canonical name is like Surik something, but yeah, it's the Jedi Outcast that like stood up for Revan or whatever it was and got exiled for it. Whatever it was, I don't know, but yeah, that's technically who you're being in KOTOR 2, and that person is relevant in the Old Republic stuff kind of briefly at some point. So I kind of know a little bit, but I don't know anything about what like Kreia ends up going to do in the game, or what the Sith Lord who's all fucked up is all about, or what Nihilus, the dude with the mask. I don't know what any of them do in that game. I don't know what their story
they're all
is.
Cool. Nihilus is pretty interesting in like a really weird way. You kind of get through that whole game without learning much about him. I love KOTOR 2's. This is now a KOTOR 2 podcast. Congratulations.
Yes.
I love that KOTOR 2 is obsessed with not telling you anything about Revan for the most part. There are a couple of lines that Kreia has, but I mean, if you're a KOTOR 1 fan, you are so obsessed with what happens to Revan after the end of that game. They give you nothing. They give you nothing. I mean, it is like I mean, Kreia talks about how they went out into space and vanished and nobody's seen them. Like, that's okay,
right.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's like very, very fascinating. So I do want to know the Old Republic stuff from it, but
it's really fucking. If you don't know anything about what Revan does post KOTOR, do you know his pre KOTOR lore? Because it's basically all the same story. Like, I think they got written at the same time.
Yeah, I read. There may have been a book or a comic book at some point that covered that, but yeah, I know the gist.
Because there's like the old Revan lore that I knew, which is like how him and Malik kind of came to be and where they ended up basically at the beginning of KOTOR with like Malik betraying him,
Yeah.
and then Bastila recovering his body, taking it, him being
Yeah.
amnesiac and
mind
all
wiped.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like the old Revan lore. So I guess I don't know when this happened, but at some time they established that way before all of that, Revan, like, I don't know, in like an old war, Revan like saw all this fucked up shit coming. So Revan as a Jedi saw that he would need to like go basically get dark side powers to be able to do what he has to do like later on for the greater good. And so he does that, wins this war against like the original Mandalorians and defeats original Mandalore.
Yeah.
And then I think like upon beating him or something has a vision. It's something like that. Oh, yeah, no, as soon as he beats Mandalore, Mandalore's like, I was betrayed. Some powerful Sith told me like if I would have started this war, I'd definitely win and the Mandalorians would come out on top. And obviously that just wasn't the case. And so Revan's like, that's sus. I'm going to go check into that. And then goes and finds this like ancient Sith Lord, basically kind of similar to the dude you were describing earlier, honestly, but I don't know his name.
Yeah.
And then that Sith Lord is so powerful that he like instantly is able to corrupt and like mind control Revan and Malik into becoming like full on Sith Lords, not just Jedi that went and got dark side powers for, for the sake of whatever they were trying to do. So then they become full on Sith Lords, and that's when their like KOTOR pre-lore starts, is like that's what actually happened to them. But in KOTOR's like history, they just went and turned to the dark side, and that nobody knew why.
Well, even in KOTOR, like playing it again, I mean, this line sticks out in my mind, which is that the council, when you go back to Dantooine, or not back, I mean back for the character, but not back for you, the player. It's your first time seeing it. But when you go to Dantooine the first time as the player, the council is like, who knows what Revan and Malik found out in the, whatever. So, I mean, they left it very open for that. But
yeah, for sure.
I don't mind having that piece filled in. It is kind of weird. I want to know more. So I need to go do some reading. I need to play I just need to bite the bullet and fucking play the Old Republic. I mean, I don't know.
I don't feel the same, honestly. It just, I don't want to.
I don't know if that fills in any of that stuff or not, but
it seems to all come from that. I don't know how much they directly explain, but it all ties into that for sure.
To be fair, I mean, a lot of the Old Republic was, it was written by a lot of people, as MMOs often are, but Drew Karpyshyn, who was kind of the original KOTOR writer, and then he went on to write a bunch of the books around
the novels. He wrote a lot of the Old Republic stuff.
He did.
And you can tell because they pay off a lot of the Revan stuff from those novels, from the stuff I was just referencing. They pay all of it off. Like,
that's cool.
I don't want to spoil anything for you because it's actually pretty fucking cool if you like Revan. Like, it's all fucking cool.
Yeah, I do really like Revan. I remember when I first played that game, I was maybe 8 or 10.
I was
something
very
like that.
young.
I was extremely young, and I remember, I think I was 10 because it came out, like 2003? So
it was a long time ago.
It was like, I think I played it about a year after it came out, so we'll say 2004. But yeah, anyway, that game blew my tiny mind wide open. I mean, I had played RPGs up to that point, but the story was never... I think that was the thing that made BioWare popular. A lot of people meme on BioWare now, but they made stories in RPGs very cinematic in a way that other games hadn't to that point. I mean, I had played Baldur's Gate, I had played Neverwinter Nights, but those games lack the nuance. Like, I don't know, the writing of those games is good. Like, Planescape Torment was out for many years by that point, and that's one of the best written games ever, right? I mean, it's good writing had happened in video games, but how do you present that to people who aren't down to sit down and read all that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and as a kid, I mean, I wasn't going to sit down and read Planescape Torment. You know what I mean? Like, it just wasn't going to happen. So, KOTOR got me into that world. Yeah, that game fucking rules. I'm stoked to be playing it again. The Switch version is pretty good. So I think I got them on a sale semi recently. They did like a double pack where you get 1 and 2 for, I think it was like $10 or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like,
based off of what I looked into, most fucking versions of KOTOR 2 are broken. And there's a mod that I'm looking into for the Steam version because it has workshop support now. So it's like really easy to mod. That like adds apparently a lot of the old Sith related missing content and fixes stuff and just helps it run. But
I think an official patch on the Switch also added some of that stuff.
Oh, like, that would be cool.
Because that's true. I remember who, I think Aspire or Aspire, whatever, you know, that port studio who does who they've been around since like the 2000s. They do a bunch of ports. I originally knew them because they used to port PC games to Mac, like back in the day. That was like their big thing. And then now they're just a port, generally a good quality port studio. So I think they did these ports and they added some of the other stuff into the Switch version, if I understand correctly. Are you fact checking me on that right now?
I'm looking into it. I just it apparently had a bunch of issues, but they've been fixing it. Seems that it is fine now. I had no idea about the content stuff.
Okay.
Though.
It's been a couple of years, I think, since
it's been out for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, dude, this is officially a Star Wars podcast. Congratulations, I'm back in.
Yes.
I mean, it's stuff like the Old Republic makes me that much more sad about the state of modern Star Wars because it was so well written and well considered.
Yeah.
A lot of it was just very hard sci-fi. Like it was extremely like other sci-fi universes and what they were doing. And now it's just like a Marvel movie all the time.
And it's like you talking about KOTOR 1 specifically, because I'm pretty sure KOTOR 2 kind of plays things a little differently from how I'm about to describe. But you like go to that first planet before you even meet Bastila and stuff and are just, at least this is how I played it. There's just so many characters to see and talk to and like do these quests for, and it was all pretty fucking cool and interesting. And it's all basically not like typical Star Wars stuff in my mind because you haven't gotten your lightsaber yet and really haven't done the typical Star Wars stuff yet. Like you're just in this sci-fi world meeting all these fucking aliens and doing all this shit for them. Yeah. And then you go do like that race at the end or whatever, and then like the fucking city gets blown up and you're like, fuck, that was all like not for nothing, but it's just like it doesn't feel like you're about to lose it all, and then you do, and it's just like every fucking world in that game is like pretty memorable and has so many cool moments.
I'm playing it on whatever the standard difficulty is, so I think there's like 3. It's like easy, normal, hard, or something like that, or whatever. I'm playing it on the middle one. It's crazy how unpowerful you are at the start of that game too. Like, you go down super easily. You can get your ass kicked by just about anything at the start of that game. Like getting mugged by gangbangers the first time you go down into the Undercity or whatever. Like, I almost died. Like, you know, I had to throw 3 grenades, you know, whatever, like that kind of shit. Like it's pretty entertaining. So, very not typical Star Wars. There's lots of like politics and weird space racism stuff. It's pretty, especially at that time, pretty, I mean, I guess whatever, like the prequels were very political, as well, but I think, I don't know, something about KOTOR, I think because it's coming from the perspective of like, say what you will about the prequels in terms of quality, people certainly do. Like they say the writing quality is all bad. I like that it's kind of weird and like Shakespearean or like old kind of play style, but you never hear from a normal person. Like fucking, who's the guy who runs the diner in Clone Wars? Dexter?
Dex? Something like that.
Like he's the most normal guy you hear from. Like, you never hear from a regular person in any of those movies. Like, it's all just the cream of the crop. Like, you're hearing from the elite. But that's the thing about The Old Republic, is you're hearing from, like, what the guy who, like, waits tables at the cantina thinks.
Yeah.
And that's just something that only video games can do.
Yeah.
Like, you could talk to everyone and they all have something interesting to say. Like that little side story about like, there's so many little things. Like, who's the guy who's like weird, who like thinks he's like a big hot shot? He's like a bounty hunter or something, and he works for one of the villains. You come across him like randomly, like he's shit. What is it? Like, somebody talks to him and he's like 1, and then they keep talking to him and he's like 2, and then they're like what are you counting? All right, and then they're like, I'm gonna pull their blasters, and he goes 3, and then he throws like a grenade at their feet and they all die or something. That dude, who has like funny goggles, I can't remember what his fucking name is, and I literally just played it. But it's so funny because they like spend a lot of time building him up, only for him to die like as an aside when you're escaping. Like, when you go to get the Ebon Hawk from that gang leader, he gets hit by like an artillery round from the ship up above or something and just dies like that. And it's just like, all right, cool. Sick. I don't know. I didn't learn anything about you other than you seem annoying. Anyway.
I just got confirmation that they did add the restored content as a DLC, like a free DLC patch. I don't know if it's like a separate thing you have to go download in the store. I don't think so.
Oh, sick.
I think it just updates into it.
I should go look. Yeah.
But yeah, that is the thing.
It's awesome.
That's actually really fucking cool.
Yeah, the Switch version for me it's 60 FPS of KOTOR 1. It runs really well. The only complaint I have, there's no quick save, which I think is really annoying. You have to go into the menu and save every single time.
God forbid.
I mean, dude, like, you say that, but hitting F5 is a hell of a lot faster than hitting escape, using a thumbstick to navigate over to save the game.
As a console boy, I don't even think about quick save as a thing. I don't think I've ever quick saved on PC in my life. I think I always open the menu and go manual save.
You're fucking sick, dude. You don't know what you're missing. Next time you play an RPG, look up the quick save key and tell me it doesn't change your whole life.
I refuse.
You will see, like, it'll be like God's light, like, shining down from above onto you.
I will mod in a hard save that's like harder to navigate to in the menu.
You hit F5 and it just opens up the menu and makes you go to it.
It deletes my last save.
Yeah. That's that, dude. Nothing is worse than when they made F5 quick save and then some games made F6 quick load, and you accidentally hit quick load and then you go back. That was brutal. That was tragic. Yeah. All right, and then just to wrap this up,
yeah,
I watched the episode after that for Mandalorian as well, which I found more interesting. It's the one where the pirates invade Navarro and then the Mandalorians show up to help out. I liked that. I didn't hate it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah,
it was cool to see like a street fight.
Yeah.
That pirate guy, I was like, I swear to God, this dude's in Clone Wars or something. Like, I kept...
No, he's not from anything.
He's sure not. I looked it up after. I was like, I'm pretty sure that dude's in Clone Wars. There is a pirate in Clone Wars, but I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway. He looks like a tree. I like that. What else is going on?
I mean, not much.
Yeah.
Not much.
I know we're gonna do the character list, right? That's the thing that you're thinking.
We definitely can. I have names.
Okay. There's two things I want to talk about first, and then we'll mosey.
Sure.
So you saw maybe a little bit of this. Like 2 weeks ago, I played through a game called Signalis.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to wrap that up because I've had some time to think about it.
Yeah.
Classical music rules.
Yes.
Um, that's it. That's everybody go play Signalis. No, that game did something to me that I cannot. Um, you've known me long enough now to know that once per year an indie game shakes me to my core. Um, and one year was like Outer Wilds. One year it's like Disco Elysium. Um, I think Signalis is that for this year. It is it has reformulated what I like in video games in a way that I can't. It is, if you just described Signalis to me, which I'll describe it for the sake of listeners, but if you described it to me before I had played it, it would be like the anti me, like the anti Chandler video game. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you've got 6 inventory slots and you constantly have to backtrack. The enemies, you can shoot them, but they're not dead permanently. They'll get up eventually, and you never know when. So you're just always feeling terrible. Oh yeah, your movement speed is like that of a dog that's lost both of its hind legs. Like, oh, sick. The guns are, few and far between, and ammo is scarce. And when you do find it, you feel, grateful. like, it is just not at all my kind of game. But something about the exact mixture of its gameplay elements and its story worked so unbelievably well for me that I could not stop playing it until it was done.
Yeah.
So Signalis is it's a horror game. It's PS1 nostalgia, so it's very like I don't know, what do they call the PS1? The screen wobble, like wobbly vertices, like very like. Remember PS1 games? They looked shaky. Like when you moved around, like if you watch one in motion, they look like the graphics like move unnaturally for some reason because the way things were rendered on that console. It has that look for gameplay, which is cool. It's a top-down game. It's very much Resident Evil 1 in its nature, but it provides some amount of I don't want to say improvements. I want to say kindnesses compared to Resident Evil 1 or older Resident Evils, older horror games like Silent Hill.
Yeah.
In the sense that it's friendlier. The way it's designed is designed to prevent frustration, even though there are some things, there are limitations, like your inventory is severely limited. It's 6 slots. Your gun takes up a slot. Ammo takes up a slot. Your fucking flashlight takes up a slot. Like, they're fucking with you for sure. But the way they've designed the entire game very smartly with things like that in mind. So they don't really feel painful. They just feel like a reality. Like you're like, all right, I guess I got to deal with this.
Yeah.
The 6 slot inventory never upgrading is kind of a challenge, but it's part of it. I mean, they designed it. I even learned that one of the endings of the game requires you to have 4 key items in your inventory. And if you have those items in your inventory, they're not weapons and they're not ammo and they're not healing. So to
That's
complete,
rough.
dude, to get that ending, you have to have those 4 items, still beat the final boss, and do the last leg of that game with just 1 gun and 1 ammo type. So that would be hard as fuck.
Even possible? Yeah. Like,
Fuck if I know. I mean, the last boss was challenging enough with like 3 guns, so I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's a great game. I recommend it to anyone who has even a little bit of interest in horror. And much like KOTOR, it is hard sci-fi for sure. Like, it is very like existential, extremely existential. Like the narrative is so melancholic that by the end you don't feel good. You feel like you're happy that there's a resolution, but you don't feel like the void has been filled. You just kind of it's like Outer Wilds. It's very much a this happened and there's not anything you can do. It's too late. And I like that. I mean, I wouldn't call it even nihilistic. Like it's not negative about the experience. It's more just acceptance. It's like sometimes things are just outside of your control. And you have to be okay with that. So, it's beautiful the way they use classical music. The original soundtrack is so good. I bought it on Bandcamp, as well.
Nice.
The visuals are nice. They do use, for their 2D art, they use anime style drawings, which I kind of hate. And not even because I don't like anime. I like anime, but it's like I don't think it fits with the rest of the aesthetic that they're going for. It downgrades the seriousness of everything just a little bit. Like you're like, oh wow, this is really tragic and sad, and then it's like an anime girl face, and you're like, all right, I don't know.
Yeah.
But Signalis, it's amazing. I played it on PC. I think that's probably the way to do it. Although I did read some impressions of people playing it on Switch, and it works. It seems to run well and work well. But I couldn't imagine that game without mouse aim. That would be kind of a pain in the ass. But yeah, amazing video game. It will come up again at the end of the year, most definitely. I played Dredge.
Yeah, what was that? Saw you playing that a lot.
I beat that this morning, actually. So Dredge is a fishing game. But fishing is really just the loop and the mode of storytelling. It is. You good?
I think I just lagged really hard, but
yeah,
yes.
you did. I saw you froze. You froze for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
The pipes. That's had trouble getting that one through the pipes. Dredge is fascinating because it's a key example of a game that punches well outside of its weight class. Like it is, just to, as a quick comparison point. So you boot up Signalis, and you're immediately like, this game has ambitions. Like this game it has writing, it has characters, it is artistic. There are references to real life paintings and artists and poems, and you're like, this game's trying something. You boot up Dredge and it's like, go fishing, and you're like, sick, and then, but slowly through the act of fishing, the game narrative unfolds alongside the mechanics. So it's like, why is everybody a little weird and cagey? Why does the mayor tell me to stop asking about what happened to the last town fisherman? Like, shit like that. Like, it's just like very like piece by piece. You find notes in bottles, and sometimes they're totally random. Sometimes like you'll find some and you'll be like, oh, this is like a through line. Like this is like a person's diary pages or something, like multiple dates. Hey, we're getting married. We bought a house. My husband's going out fishing, whatever. Like it's, by the end of that game, like Cthulhu shit is happening. Like it rules. It rules really hard. As a game, it's like a 2 on the infinite scale. It's good. It's very good. Above average. Okay. As an experience, it's like a 4. I mean, it's cool. Like where you end up and where you start are so far apart from each other in terms of mechanics, in terms of the like they're drip feeding you boat upgrades and story bits in a way that just keeps you coming back. So it's really neat. The soundtrack also amazing. It's like a lot of piano, very melancholic, very like lonely, I'm on the ocean for too long by myself kind of shit. And then when bad stuff happens, suddenly you're like, oh God. The one thing I'll say is that if you're afraid of gigantic sea creatures, which, I mean, Half-Life 1 gave me like underwater a phobia for sure. I'll just say this, you don't go underwater at any point in this game. But like things come out of the water and you're like, oh, I hate that. Like, like that kind of shit. If you don't like being chased, it's tough. It's tough. A lot of things chase you. There's
Is this like a first person game?
No, it's third person. Literally, you get off of the boat, but it's like Sid. Did you ever play Sid Meier's Pirates?
No.
Okay, or what's a better? Did you ever play like any space sims like Freelancer or like the X Games or? I
did not.
It's literally just all third person behind the boat.
Yeah.
Behind the boat.
Yeah.
And it's a Resident Evil 4 clone. It's over the boat shoulder.
Okay.
No, you just stay in the boat. Shoulder. And then whenever you dock, it's just a menu. So you just pick. You're like, I want to go to the fishmonger and sell my fish, or I want to go, to the ship person and repair shit, that kind of thing. Okay. Talk to people. All the dialogue is really good. By the way, like whoever wrote that did a really good job. It's impressive. I'm blown away by the quality of it. It's polished. At no point did I encounter any bugs or glitches. Amazingly well made. Independent game. It's really good. The visuals are amazing. It's beautiful. Very painterly. Like if you like Wind Waker, like sailing around in Wind Waker, it's very much like that. Less cell shaded, but yeah. I'll say this. The beginning is amazing. Like the beginning, I was like hooked. I'm like, this is really good. There was like a slump in the middle where I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do. I was like on the precipice of like discovering what the game is really about. And in that span of time, I was like, is this really just go fishing every day? Is that all I'm doing? And then once I discovered what's really going on, like the first time I met some weird cult dude in a robe, I was like, all right, this rules.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool. Highly recommend. May come up again at some point. It's a really good one, but I don't know if it's going to be the best, thing I played all year, but it rules. I know Tyler really liked it too.
Nice.
Yeah, good game. Did you? Are you going to play Tears of the Kingdom?
Probably not.
No,
probably not.
It's close, isn't it? I was thinking
it's got to be close.
I keep seeing that there's like a leak out there, like people have it already.
That wouldn't surprise me at all. My list right now is Street Fighter 6, Final Fantasy 16, and Diablo.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 16 being the big one for me. Everything else kind of not paying attention to right now.
Okay. No Jedi.
And I don't know. I wasn't that like, I don't know. I didn't finish like Breath of the Wild, so I don't know. I'm not like super interested in playing Tears of the Kingdom, I guess.
Okay.
If like everybody that plays it is like, this absolutely exceeded my expectations for a Breath of the Wild sequel, then I might pick it up. And if I hear it's running well, which I'm not fully convinced that it will.
No way.
Yeah, so there's that. And then if the map is the same too, other than stuff in the sky, that's also a huge like negative for me. Yeah, so we'll see.
Wait, what about Star Wars next week? Are you?
I want to play that really bad, but I not like right away. I can wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
That's one of those you just pay $10 and just rent it for the month and then cancel your subscription. That's
yeah. That's exactly. Yeah.
That's the route that I would go. Because you get it day one if you do it that way, and that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, so, if I'm looking for something to do and it comes out, I might do that. I do want to play it.
I'm gonna play it. For
yeah,
sure.
I like the first one. Yeah,
I liked the first one. I was pretty sick of it by the end, but something about this one, I'm like really looking forward to it. I can't explain it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I hope he doesn't die, and I hope we see him in a movie.
Just to be different, I hope he does die, and I hope we see his Force Ghost in a movie. No. Yeah. No, I like Cal. He's a guy. He's a dude. The other thing I'm thinking about, I got to go on a trip for the next few days. I'm thinking about picking up Advance Wars.
Oh yeah. I was going to ask you if you got it.
I haven't, no. But I probably will. So we'll see.
Oh yeah.
And Dead Island 2 looks amazing. Also, what is up with that?
I don't feel that way about it.
I don't know. I was like watching.
Even the video you posted, I was like, this looks so mediocre.
Really, man. I don't know. Yeah. It looks very satisfying to me, like the way the melee combat looks.
It looks less impressive than Back 4 Blood, and I feel like I'm the only person that liked that game.
That game was okay. It just had problems. It was glitchy. It had some problems.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Have you, like, I've seen screenshots from Dead Island 2 that are some of the best looking lighting I've ever seen in a video game. I'm extremely impressed. Yeah, it's crazy. Here, we'll do this since we're like, I watched the digital, you know what Digital Foundry is, right? Those like YouTube dudes. They were like fucking jizzing on that game. Like it's apparently the lighting engine, especially on PC, is nuts. Yeah, I don't even know. It was like a Reddit post I saw that was like the interior of some house, and I was like, this is like, it to me, it kind of, you know how people were like, oh, cross-gen is going to ruin like graphical possibilities.
Yes.
Here's an article. There's like a bunch of screenshots in here. I'll just post it in the break room. It looks crazy. I think it's all the lighting engine. Like, some of the textures are not, like, there's some impressive texture work in there. But whatever lighting engine they're using, and I actually haven't dug into it enough to know if they're using any kind of ray tracing. Don't imagine that they are. But like this, can I paste? Yeah. Like this one screenshot is just, that's like it looks like a pre-render. It's impressive. I'm surprised that they were able to pull this off, especially with the development hell that game was in for so long. I mean, it's been, has it been like 10 years? I can't even keep track anymore.
It's been a long time. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. That's true. I don't know. I just don't. When I watch gameplay, I feel nothing. I don't know why. I can't explain.
I hear you. It's a zombie game.
Yeah, maybe it's that simple. Maybe I'm just like, whatever, zombies. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not sure what it is.
I feel like I'm looking for my fix after I did not like Dying Light 2 that much.
Yeah. Fair.
Anyway, let's do the list, man. Let's hash it out.
We can do some list. Do you want me to send you the old list.
Yeah, send me the current list, but I'll have you read through it. I just want to reintroduce the concept. So,
Yeah.
actually, you do it because this was your idea. So you take it.
Okay. So, I mean, basically, we just get characters and then try to rank them on which one is objectively the best for any reason, whether that be how badass they are, their iconicness to society itself, their video game just being good, like, whatever logic we determine at the time.
And
There's
specifically,
no rules.
The way you were asking people about these characters, you were basically saying, name 3 of your favorite characters. Like,
That's true.
Name three characters that you feel a special attachment to. It doesn't have to be your most favorite or whatever, or the ones you like.
I feel like I should also say I don't frame this the same way with every person. Some people I do say that, and then some people I'm just like, give me 3 video game characters, and, or like something like
know your audience.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to read out the current list from bottom to top?
Yeah, bottom to top.
Yeah.
So these would be worst to best.
Correct.
All right. We have Yoshimitsu from Tekken, right? That's the Tekken guy.
I'm pretty sure. Is that Soul Calibur?
Wait, well, that was the whole thing, right? He's in like multiple fighting games or something. I don't remember. We just really liked his design.
Yes, Tekken.
Yeah, whatever.
Tekken.
All right. Anyway, at the bottom, number 16, we have Yoshimitsu.
Oh,
and
you're
then
right.
KK
He's in both
Slider.
Tekken and Soul Calibur. How did we forget that?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Damn, that guy gets around.
Yeah, he does. That's how cool his design is.
Maybe
he
we
just
disrespected
transcended.
He can't be at the bottom forever. We got to start putting people below him. All right.
We'll hit it. Maybe. I don't know. Yoshimitsu, and then KK Slider, and then Kirby, and then Kite from Dot Hack.
Okay,
Red
just one quick thing about Dot Hack. I watched a 10-hour series of the playthrough of all of those old Dot Hack PS2 games.
Yeah.
Those games look a lot worse than I remember. All right, keep going.
Yeah, sometimes it's better for it to live on in your memory.
Yeah, that is completely true. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. And then Red from Pokemon, and then Squall from Final Fantasy VIII, Kratos, the Wanderer from Shadow of the Colossus, Andrew Ryan from BioShock, the Outsider from Dishonored, Orin, Final Fantasy X, Patches from the Soul series, Atlas from also BioShock, Daddy Joel from The Last of Us, Geralt from the Witcher series, and Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid series at the number 1, baby.
Yeah, Solid Snake makes my snake solid.
Yeah, amen.
What's next?
So okay. A lot of people gave me similar characters this time, like the same name. And some of them I noticed and went and asked them to give me another one.
Okay.
And then some of them I didn't notice, so
that's fine.
Yeah, not a big deal, but we got a decent handful. Should I just go down how I have it here?
I feel like Leon is hot right now. Do we get 9 Leons?
No, that's funny. We actually didn't get any Leons.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
What are you people doing out there? All right.
Yeah, we got some interesting stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, all right.
So you just want to go? Yeah, all right.
Let's like last time. Let's do it. I don't know if it's up to you if you want to say the person's name or not, but just go with this. This is one person's set, and then we'll do those.
Okay, that's fine. So this set, this is just a buddy of mine from work.
Okay.
The first one is, or wait, should I say all 3 or just one, and then we'll do
one, and then we'll do it. We'll rank it. Yeah.
His first one is Link.
Pretty surprising we didn't already have that, but I mean, it's kind of it's. I actually, this is going to be kind of maybe this is a dodge or this is non-confrontational. I think Link is actually not clear enough. There are too many different Links. I need a Link from a game.
I don't know if I feel that way about Link.
Really?
Yeah.
Like if somebody was like Link and then like I was like the first game I thought of was Twilight Princess, I'm like put him on the bottom. But if somebody's
Okay.
like Link and then the first game I think of is Wind Waker, I'm like, yo, put him near the top. You know what I mean?
So what if someone just said consider all the Links?
That's a fucking
Because to
lot
me,
of
they're not
Links.
different enough. Honestly, he's not much of a character for me. So it's more so about like I guess his design
But I mean, if you
and
think about, I mean, all of these characters, you know, whenever we talk about them, we consider the journey they go on.
yeah, right.
And every Link kind of has a pretty unique arc, I guess.
Hmm.
Like I mean, I'm not even a big Ocarina of Time fan, but the Ocarina of Time arc for Link is like peak Link shit. Like it's like kid, you know, simple, just innocent, and then time jump. Yo,
Yeah,
dog, you've been gone for a while. What's up with these zombies in the town that you love so much? It used to be
yeah,
happy, and now everybody's dead. Like that'll harden your shit. Um,
yeah. I don't
but
know. For me, Link is pretty low, no matter what. Period. So if you feel differently, like I could put Link under Kirby. Me personally, I don't fucking care about Link. They could replace Link with a Goomba from Mario, and I would feel this. I would have just as much fun playing those games.
that is crazy. I mean, they literally tried to do that in the beginning of Majora's Mask. Remember? They're like, "Yo, bro,
No, I
you
don't.
get to be a fucking turnip right now."
That's funny.
Um, you know, one thing I like about you is that you are not a Nintendo guy. Because
That is so fucking not true. Fuck you.
I am also not a Nintendo guy, so I respect it.
I'm just not a Legend of Zelda guy. That is for sure. I'm definitely not a Legend of Zelda guy.
Yeah, I'm definitely not as well. I'm gonna go. I would move him up a little bit. I would say he deserves to be above Squall.
Really?
I would.
Well, he's not going past Kratos, period.
No. Agreed.
All right. Above Squall, you feel?
I do because I think he's got more of an arc than Red does, and I mean, Squall's a little whiny sometimes. Although I do like Squall, but so I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say between Squall and Kratos. But I mean, if you want to split the difference, we could, you know,
No, I mean that's fine. He's not going past Kratos, so that's
no.
fine.
Okay, all right. So new number 11, Link.
Yes.
Okay,
All right. You ready for the next one?
sure.
Cade 6 from Destiny.
um, I don't. So Cade 6 is the most Joss Whedon of all of the characters of Destiny.
Is that how you feel?
I do feel that way, and it's not just because it's. Is that Nathan Fillion?
Oh, actually, I have no idea.
I think it is.
Yeah, I have no idea.
You know who Nathan Fillion is. Yeah.
The name is super familiar, so I have to. Like, that is super, super familiar.
It's
I don't, off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you what he's from or did, but
he I mean Firefly.
never watched it.
Oh, they made a movie as well.
I didn't watch that either.
I
I know what you're talking about. What is it called?
Serenity.
Serenity. Yeah.
I honestly I couldn't tell you what else he's in. Apparently, oh yeah, he's in Saving Private Ryan for like 12 seconds. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think mostly known for Firefly and Serenity, to be honest. But anyway.
Okay. Huh? Maybe I don't know.
But he's been in a lot. I mean, it's just stuff that I don't care about.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, okay. Cade 6. I'm pretty cold on Cade 6. I think he's not that cool. He's fine.
I think he's maybe one of the coolest characters in Destiny, but that also is genuinely not saying much.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think Destiny players really like him, and that's valid.
Yeah, saying something like Destiny players really like him makes me want to put him lower.
That's fine. I'm not even saying we should put him higher. I'm just stating the facts.
I know. I'm fucking with you. I'm gonna go. I mean, I guess I would go.
I can put him under Kirby, maybe under KK Slider, maybe even under Yoshimitsu.
Yeah. I was kind of tempted by that, actually. Yeah,
I'm so down.
Yeah, I'm thinking bottom. Sorry, Cade. You're not.
Sorry, John.
Not that cool.
Yeah, not that cool. And so his other choice, pretty fucking cool though.
Mm-hmm.
Arthur Morgan.
Yeah.
Which when he said this, I was like, oh, it's already on the list. And I looked down and I was like, oh, he's not. Okay.
Yeah, somehow not already on the list. I'm gonna go above Atlas but below Daddy Joel.
Oh, you came to that pretty quick. Okay.
Arthur Morgan is one of the best arcs in a game for sure. I don't like Red Dead Redemption 2 that much, but
I think that's a good spot for him, actually. Right under Joel, above Atlas.
Everything that happens to Arthur Morgan is so hilarious and tragic and well done. I mean, the performance of the actor, the change in that person throughout that game. Nathan Fillion was in fucking Halo 3 ODST. And Reach. He's Sergeant Buck.
Quick interruption.
God.
Halo Infinite added the co-op campaign, and I didn't know that. If you ever want to do that.
Oh yeah, of course I do. When did they do that?
I have no idea. I just found out like this weekend.
I did not know that either, honestly. We should do that.
I mean,
actually,
did not advertise that they did at all.
We should.
Or I would have.
What I need to do, and we could bring Sean in on this, but you know how we were doing a co-op
Patriots.
Yeah, so the last one we did was ODST.
I was going to ask if y'all would want to bring it back for one last ride.
Yeah, so we need to do Reach next. So if you want to do Reach,
y'all didn't do them all. Okay.
No, we left off at ODST. That was the last one.
Okay.
And it was about a
Reach
year
is one of my favorites. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, I know.
I actually don't think Sean's ever played it, so it'd be the first time for him. So
okay, I think Reach is good. I think it's the last good Halo.
We should organize that.
Cool.
He's in Reach as well, because Buck comes back. Remember?
No.
Right?
No, I don't. I have no fucking idea.
Oh wait, no. Reach is. I'm an idiot. Reach is a prequel. He's listed in Reach. Oh, because you can play him in Firefight. That's why. Duh. All right. Of course. He is in 5. He comes back in 5. That's what it is. He's a Spartan at that point, which is like, what the fuck even happened there? Yeah. Arthur Morgan rules, and I want to respect his name. I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is not the best video game, but it does have one of the best sets of characters. Like, all the main characters in that game are incredible.
Oh yeah, brother. All right, so Arthur Morgan was one of the ones that crossed over with B-Paul's characters. So we'll go to B-Paul because that would have been one of B-Paul's as well.
Thank you, B-Paul.
Yeah, so the next one of B-Paul's will be Bayonetta.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Wait for his next one, bro. It's going to be tough.
I like Bayonetta. I've actually only ever finished the first Bayonetta.
I've never played any of them. I like the character. The games have always been fascinating to me for like a gameplay perspective because of the combat director. I always kind of wished I had played them because I kind of grew up enjoying Devil May Cry and that sort of action combat.
Yeah.
So I mean, those games seem like really unique, really silly, good combat. Like I don't know. I wish I played them, but I haven't.
Yeah, I mean, I am the opposite of that. I do not like action, character action games, I think is what they're commonly referred to as. Um, I didn't. I played Devil May Cry 1 through 4, but I don't even really like them that much.
Yeah.
Which is the kind of the weirdest thing I've ever said out loud. And I played the first Bayonetta and thought it was okay, and then 2 seemed a lot better, but I never got through it.
And 3 exists.
3 does exist. And then they just made that like storybook game where she's like a young child or something.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna say again, below Kratos, so above.
I was thinking under Link, actually.
Okay.
Maybe even under Squall.
I'm gonna go above Squall.
Okay.
Actually, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll go with it. That's fine. Right below Squall.
All right.
And that's what, right above Red? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So that works.
Okay. And then B-Paul's third character would be Liara from Mass Effect.
He would.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of this character. I don't know about you.
Yeah, they kind of do her dirty by the end, I think.
Like in 3?
Yeah.
Specifically?
I guess not. I mean, it's a good arc.
Yes and no.
It's a good arc.
I wish she had gotten more, I guess. So
Yeah.
I kind of feel you there, but
I respect it, I suppose.
she got a lot already, I think, is maybe why.
That's true. She got a good arc. 3 is a tough pill because I think the way they wrote her motivations for wanting to become the Shadow Broker, I think, is a little strange. I don't know that leap works for me, but
I agree. It kind of seems like they just did it for the reveal because it's like you hear the Shadow Broker name before you know it's her, right? That's how it plays out, or no?
Well, in 2, I don't remember if it was in the main game or DLC, but in 2, you go and kill the Shadow Broker.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you like attack his ship. It's a whole thing. It's pretty cool, actually. It's a pretty cool set piece. He has like a ship that's like suspended in a planet that's like completely hostile. So it's like any other ship would be destroyed immediately by like intense lightning storms in the atmosphere of the planet. But his ship has like a fucking special gigantic lightning rod or some shit. I don't know, whatever. It's like powering the ship or something. It's weird, but it's cool. So you do that, and then it just kind of wraps up. But then I guess she steps in and takes over at a certain point between the two. There is a good character. I would, but again, I think I would go like above the Wanderer, but maybe below Andrew Ryan.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That was
okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So next we have some picks from Kyle.
Nice.
Big Hat Logan.
Huh. Big Hat Logan is lame in the coolest way.
Yeah.
It's like only a character that could be cool in a Souls game.
Yeah.
I like Big Hat Logan. He has like a tragic end, right? I can't remember.
I think everybody does, right? So
yeah, I mean,
yes,
that's fair.
But
that's fair.
I don't remember.
Does he? Shit. Does he like? I think he goes hollow, right?
Probably, but I don't remember, honestly. I feel like you do whatever he's trying to get done for him, and then, maybe he just dies or something. I don't know. I forget.
I'm on the wiki here. Okay.
Like his hat, though. It's big.
Oh, okay. So if you beat Seath and buy all of his spells, Yeah, he loses it. He goes crazy.
Wow, great.
So he goes hollow. Um, yeah, yeah. So he does go hollow. I feel like I remember his story being, yeah, he was just like knowledge obsessed, right? He was just like, I just need to know more shit.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I always enjoyed running into him. Big Hat Logan, yeah, that's a good one. He does have a big hat.
Yeah, I like his big hat too.
He's got a big ass fucking hat, which is pretty cool. Like big hats are nice, uh, especially if you're a wizard. Like you need to have one. I never played a sorcerer in the first Dark Souls, so I never bought all of his spells. So I guess I probably didn't see all of the stuff for him. I'm gonna go, man. Will you send me the most recent version so I can see the changes
Yeah,
we've made? I think
yeah.
he's definitely below patches, so that's a non-starter. Okay, sick. Um, I'm gonna say above. Shit, is he cooler than Kratos?
That's the thing, right? I feel like Kratos is maybe not in the right spot.
That may be
Is this
something
our
we have to readdress.
Yeah, is this our first re-ranking? Because I mean, why is Kratos under the Wanderer? What? What are we doing?
oh, fuck. Yeah, you're kind of right. But I wouldn't even. But the thing is, I wouldn't even move him up that much.
I
Like,
mean, I think he could go up 2 spots.
okay, fine,
Is that fair?
that's fair.
All
So
right. So
Kratos is
Kratos,
now above Liara and below Andrew Ryan.
yeah.
All right. I would put Big Hat Logan right underneath the Wanderer, where Kratos
All right,
was.
that works.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
Kyle's next character. Wait, where am I? Oh, Amaterasu from Okami.
Oh man, see, I've actually never played Okami,
Okay. Okay.
so
Well, I'm a huge fan. Amaterasu is not too much of a character though. Its whole character is sort of like, so basically, obviously you're the fucking wolf god
yeah,
and you don't really have dialogue, but then there's this other character, this little like flea, I guess,
yeah.
that sort of is all the dialogue and sort of is just like explaining to you everything because you don't know what's going on. So it's like, yeah, this is all the lore and this is why you need to do this. And you're like, okay, I'll do it.
And Amaterasu is like key to Kyle lore. This is like a Kyle character.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so true.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool design. I definitely know what it looks like.
Yeah.
I know a bit about the game, so I'm not like totally in the dark.
Yeah. Just to like explain the character though, I feel like most of the character you're kind of getting from like the little flea.
Yeah.
That's like all the dialogue. So I mean the flea is funny. The dialogue is great. The dog is badass.
Yeah.
Game is great. So I don't know. I feel pretty good about this character, but it is also kind of not a character.
I
So
feel
it's
like
a hard
it's just rule of cool, right? It's just
for this one especially, yeah, for sure.
so
I
I
think cooler than Link
guess
for me.
yeah. I could be down with that.
Yeah, you sure?
Yeah, I don't have a strong feeling about um Mataratsu, but Um, I
All
don't really
right.
feel that strongly about Link or anyone below that either. So
Okay. Cool. I'm in.
okay,
Kyle's last choice would be Beautiful Joe.
I
I think
liked
this is.
Beautiful.
Uh huh.
I was a big fan of that game when I was a kid.
Okay. I
I
was about to
haven't.
say, I think this is one of the few games we've never really talked about.
Yeah, it really is. I do not. Shit, man. I really don't. I haven't thought about Beautiful Joe in so long.
Yeah, this is like one of the few games from my childhood that I thought looked like one of the most badass fucking video games of all time that I never got to play. I don't know why.
It's a cool
It
game.
just like, yeah, it's I think it's got to be one of those things where it's just like whenever I was getting a new video game growing up as a kid and you're not like, buying them all yourself, it's like there must have always been some other game that was just slightly more important or whatever it was, because I
Yeah.
never got those games and I don't know why. And they always looked so fucking cool.
Beautiful
Like,
Joe is really cool.
They seem so unique. I can't believe they didn't do more.
It's just the one.
Is that? No, they did too.
What?
Yeah, there's a
No.
Beautiful Joe too. Yeah.
What? No way.
You can't be serious.
What?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I just looked it up.
What?
Bro, come on.
Dude, fuck. I guess I totally forgot that.
These games look so fucking cool. How come they didn't make more of these?
I mean, they didn't sell well. That's the beginning and end of it. I mean, Beautiful Joe was a cult classic at best. I'm gonna be honest.
It's so sad.
Do not think I ever played Beautiful Joe 2. I think I only played the first one.
Well, you're part of the problem.
I am.
Just like me.
I really am. Actually, what the fuck? Apparently there's like another one.
There is. There's more.
There's a lot more. What is this? What is happening?
These ones did much worse though.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, there was a DS one. I do remember that. I remember
I remember that.
I remember the combat for the DS one being kind of strange. There's like you use the touchscreen for some stuff, and I'm trying to remember what it was. Huh. Anyway, fuck. Yeah, the DS one I heard was pretty good. I forgot there was a Beautiful Joe 2. What the fuck is Red Hot Rumble?
Seems to be a third one. I was reading about it just now, and it seems that it's just a third one that even I didn't know about.
Fucking crazy. All right. Beautiful Joe is pretty cool. The game is cool. The character is pretty cool. I'm gonna go. I mean, it's Clover. Like, I would go above Link again. Who did we just put above Link?
Amaterasu. I think we could go above Amaterasu.
I think so too. Yeah.
All right. Beautiful Joe. Oh yeah. Beautiful. All right. And then we have Josh from Discord. He has a few. Let's go ahead and
totally forgot that Okami was also made by Clover.
Oh, I didn't know that. What?
Yeah, same studio as Beautiful Joe.
Oh wow.
And God Hand, which is another
and God Hand.
great game.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
All right, so I think Josh gave us what will be our first definitive bottom of the list, no question character.
Sorry,
Draven.
Josh. Yeah, I agree.
All right, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean Draven's funny in like I hate that fucker kind of way.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely not.
He is
cool.
the heel.
Not
but
cool.
definitely, yeah. But follows up with two pretty good.
Right.
Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank.
Yep. Hmm. I'm gonna
I
go
think.
above Liara.
That's what I was thinking too. Yep, that is exactly what I was thinking too. Cool.
Okay.
All right, and then his last one, and the last one for the day, Captain Price.
I want to say this before we move on
Uh-huh.
from Ratchet. I think they did him dirty in Ratchet and Clank 2016?
The movie game.
They did him dirty in that. And I think they carried some of that over into the new game as well.
Why do you say that?
He used to be really mean. He's like too nice now.
Yeah, he definitely used to be mean. I don't think I liked that though.
I mean, it was I don't know. I mean, I don't think he needed to be mean forever, but like how there's like a way to be mean and still not be like totally unlikable or like a heel.
For sure.
I think they used to toe that line pretty well. And then they just stopped trying and they just made him like a friendly guy, like just a guy. And
Yeah.
I kind of hate that.
I viewed it as like growth, but I guess maybe it's not like that.
Oh, yeah. Growth is losing everything about you that made you interesting. That's
No, I
growth.
just thought he's like, yeah, maybe I don't need to be a dick all the time, kind of thing.
Or ever. He never, like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to
Yeah.
remember. I'm. This is going to be controversial. We're going on a tangent here, but I think,
Okay.
I think what was the last one? Like Rift in Time or Crack in Time?
The PS5 one,
Yeah.
Rift Apart.
Rift Apart has aged like milk for me.
What is that? Well,
Like
why?
I
guess.
think more thinking back on that game more and more, I like it less.
I think I like it the same. I think I just thought I was going to like it a lot more leading up to it, no matter what. That's kind of how I feel. But I think I liked it okay at the time, and I like it okay now.
Did I platinum that game? I was pretty close to platinuming that game, and maybe I gave
That's crazy. I didn't even finish it. I tried. I couldn't.
You just said you like it.
I did, but it was like so samey. I don't know. Once I got like a lot of weapons and used them for like hours, I was like, okay, I get it.
I like it. Not enough to see it through, but
Yeah, there's just too many video games. I was really deep into Returnal at the time. It never stood a chance. Yeah.
You know what's weird, actually? Oh, never mind. How do I... Dude, the PlayStation app sucks. It sucks. I hate it.
I can't comment really. I've had nothing but
find
good experiences.
Okay. No, I guess I did not platinum. Damn, I was really close to the God of War Ragnarok platinum. Why do I even care about this shit? I do not know. Yeah, no, I didn't. I got like 80% of the trophy. I don't know. Yeah, fucking Rift Apart. Anyway, all right. Ratchet, you're all right in my book. You need to make more jokes, man. You just stop making jokes.
Yeah, he's definitely not funny anymore, which is sad. That I agree with.
Okay. Captain Price. That's a good one.
Yes.
I'm going to say above Oron.
Okay. I can do that. I could also do under Andrew Ryan. Those are my, that's my range, I guess, around that range.
You know what? I would actually say above Andrew Ryan, but below The Outsider.
Interesting. I can do that.
I guess, Andrew Ryan's cool. He lacks some depth. So does Captain.
Yeah,
well, actually, Captain Price does go through a lot of changes. I mean, first of all, somehow he survived all the way from World War II to the modern age, which is impressive.
That is impressive.
But more specifically, he is one of the only characters in Call of Duty that has like basically a full arc.
Yeah, he does.
Like he
And it's a good one.
In the new ones, I guess less so. Like they kind of just. I'm trying to. He kind of does. But in the old ones, it was like by what Modern Warfare 2, you rescue him from the gulag. Modern Warfare 3. Is it 2 that they think he's like turned heel? Or is that 3? I'm trying to remember.
I thought he was dead at the end of 2.
No, he survives.
That's crazy. I don't remember that. Are you sure?
Yeah, he survives. He's in 3. I'm
I don't
definitely
remember
sure.
that at all.
2, the only
Okay.
people who die are one of the characters you play as and
Yeah.
Ghost. Was it Soap and Ghost? No, Soap lives.
Oh, no, you definitely killed the bad guy at the end of 2.
Yeah. Shepard. You throw the knife into his eye.
Oh, that's not Price? Damn. Okay. Wait, so who's Price?
Price is
We've done this before.
the mustache man who flicks. He's smoking the cigar in Modern Warfare 1 in the helicopter and flicks it out the door.
Not a bad guy.
British, not a bad guy, good guy.
Okay.
But then there's a moment in like, it's like 2 or 3 where he, for some reason, decides that we need to launch a nuke. I don't remember why.
Interesting.
Some shit goes down. I need to play 3 again. I don't think I've played it since it came out. 2 I've played a few years ago, so I kind of have a good memory of it. Okay, all right. I'm convinced. Let's do Price below Andrew Ryan.
Okay. We can do that.
I think our second reorg needs to happen next time we do this list because there's a character I think deserves to move up.
We can do it right now.
How would you feel about moving the outsider up?
Where? 1, 2, like 1, 2 spots.
I was gonna say, fuck. Yeah, maybe above Atlas.
That's fine. That's fine.
You sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anybody left?
No, that was it. We did it.
Okay, share with me the new list, and I'll read through it.
All right, I'm getting the numbers right now. And we have this was Atlas, yeah. I think that's right. And getting the list to you. Do. All right.
Okay, wow. We added some. Okay. Starting at the bottom, number 27, Draven. Cade 6, Yoshimitsu, KK Slider, Kirby, Kite from Dot Hack, Red from Pokemon, Bayonetta, Squall, Link, Amaterasu, beautiful Joe. Beautiful Joe. He is beautiful. Big Hat Logan, The Wanderer, Liara, Ratchet, Kratos, Captain Price, Andrew Ryan, Auron from FF10, Patches, Atlas, The Outsider, Arthur Morgan, Big Daddy Joel, Geralt, and Solid Snake. Top 2 untouched this time.
Yeah. That
strong,
top 4 is pretty solid, honestly. I don't know.
Top 4 is pretty good. Top 10's pretty good. Honestly, it's a good list. Nice. This is becoming more. I feel like as we add more, it becomes more and more definitive. Like I feel better about it.
Yeah.
Like I feel pretty strong right now. Okay. All right. Looking forward to the next edition. Thanks to everyone who got pulled by Crossley this time. Especially Josh for suggesting our new bottom of list.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it was originally your coworker with Kate Six. He really came in clutch
true.
on that one, but then Draven sweeping it at the Razzies. It's in his nature to be a heel, so I mean he needs to be at the bottom of any list, frankly.
100%. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Crossley, for bringing that back.
For sure.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Tight, a tight 130.
Yeah.
1 hour 38 minutes. I feel like that's a good podcast length,
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting. Thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.
Piss.
Piss.